Hey, it's Tony talking car biz. Today's vehicle video, we're going to go inside and check out this brand new 2021 Toyota RAV4 LE edition. So this is going to be an LE all-wheel drive, so your entry level in all-wheel drive. Flame blue's the color. Let's jump in and check it out. Here on the driver's door, wanted to point out we do have auto one-touch up and down all four windows, power door locks, power mirrors, pockets in all of the doors, bottle holders, and speakers in all four doors. A little bit of brushed aluminum trim there on the door as well. On the LE edition, no power seats, but the driver's seat does have a height adjustment, so you can pump it up and down right there. Driver's side airbags. We've got a cloth black interior. This is either black or a super dark charcoal. You tell me when you see it, with a light gray headliner. Those are really comfortable seats. Over on the dashboard here, I want to point out we do have that contrast stitching we're seeing with the Soft-Tech fabric on the dash, so a padded dashboard. There's 4 vents across the dash, just like that one there. There's also a storage compartment down here, dimmer switch for your dash lights, and the automatic high beams on and off there as well. So again, part of Safety Sense 2.0, automatic high beams standard on the RAV4 LE. Let's go ahead and jump in and check it out. Okay, behind the wheel on the LE, this is the 3-spoke Toyota steering wheel. This one's vinyl, it's not leather wrapped, and it also is not heated, but it is comfortable, it's padded. Driver's side airbag. Over on this side, we've got our cruise control settings, dynamic radar cruise control settings, lane departure on and off, and then we can switch our radio stations here as well. Over on this side, we've got fingertip controls for the information center, and that's going to be up here in the gauge cluster. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. And then we have some additional switches here for Bluetooth connectivity for our smartphone and voice activation. On the left-hand side, these are our headlight controls. We do have daytime running lights. And then over on the right-hand side, we've got our wiper controls with intermittent front and rear washer wipers. So this is for the back wiper washer as well. Take a look at our gauge cluster. On the left side, we've got our tach and our temperature gauge, and on the right we've got our speedometer and our fuel gauge, and then smack dab in the center, that's where we see the information center. So I'll go ahead and start it up so you can see what that looks like. Now the LE edition does come with the old style remote keyless entry, so you do have a panic button, remote lock, but you do need to put the key in the ignition to start it. Kind of old school, but it seems to work pretty well. Foot on the brake, go ahead and fire it up. And that's what it's going to look like when you wake it up in the morning. And then of course your center stack comes alive as well. Diving into the center stack here, or the gauge cluster, these are kind of a blue or a red mechanical needle. Those look pretty nice on there. And then here's your information center, so you've got outside temperature, digital clock, here's our lane departure, here's our lane tracing assist, and then if we use the controls down here, we can go ahead and toggle through our different settings. So there's our trip information, lane tracing, pre-collision, where we can turn those things on and off if we want to. And then we have our digital speedometer and our distance to empty. We also have rear seat seatbelt reminders, so if you've got kids in the back, you'll know whether they've got their seatbelts on or not. Really a nice cockpit on the RAV4. Everything's right where you need it. They've got oversized knobs here on the heating and air conditioning system, and they're also rubber coated, so that's kind of cool. Our center stacks up here. We do not have navigation as standard on the LE edition. They do have an app you can download to your smartphone for that. As far as the sound system, we actually do have, let me go up here to the source. So we have Sirius satellite radio, and you get 3 months of the premium subscription. Also Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it's Alexa compatible. So it's a nice sound system. And then in the gauge here, we've got a a full color backup camera with grid lines in the back. So that's your backup camera. And that's where you can see that. Pretty clear for sure. All right, as far as heating and air conditioning, does not have automatic temperature control. You can manually set your temperatures. You do have front window defrost, rear window defrost. Then down here we've got traction control. We've got our auto start on and off switch. There's also some indicators on airbags, which airbags are actually working when you have passengers in the car. Down here there's a 12-volt charger. There's a small USB charger right there. This is just a place to throw your odds and ends. It's not wireless charging, at least not on the LE edition. And then we'll take a look at our shifter here. We've got our parking brake hold. Here's our eco, normal, and sport modes for our transmission. And then we've got our snow, we've got our mud and sand, our dirt and rock. And those buttons, when you push them up here in the gauge cluster, it'll tell you which mode you're in. So it's showing me that I'm in the rock and dirt, there's mud and sand, and there's our snow mode on and off. You can see up here. So you know what mode you're running in without having to look down. As I mentioned before, this is an 8-speed automatic transmission. There's kind of a little coin tray right here. More of that aluminum style trim wrapping up and around. You can see it goes up into the dashboard. This is all padded as well. And then there's a storage cubby right here that runs all the way across. Here's a quick look at our glove box. We've got passenger assist grips up top, lighted vanity mirrors on both sides, driver, front, passenger. Here's our overhead lighting, safety connect. If you need help when you're out on the road, you push that button. Toyota will get you the help you need. Here's your sunglass holder, and then we have a traditional style day-night mirror up there. Now, behind the mirror, there's a big panel right here. This is where all of your lane tracing, your road sign detection, all of those monitors are in there. But it really doesn't obstruct your view when you're driving in the car. You really don't really notice it. The armrest is quite large, plenty of room for 2 arms. Pops open, nice storage cubby down under here. Unfortunately, on the LE, there's no charging ports down here. On some of the upscale models, there are charging ports, so you can plug in your phones, but they do give you 2 power outlets up front here as well. So that's a quick look up front. Let's go ahead and jump into the back seat and check it out. Here's a quick look at the driver's compartment from the back seat. And then here in the back seat, wanted to show you first off the leg room behind the driver's seat. So I've got this seat positioned all the way back, and that's how much leg room I have. And I'm 5'7", so that's probably a good 4, maybe 5 inches of knee room. There's no pocket on this seat right here, but there's a pocket over here. There is a storage cubby right here, and then a 12-volt power outlet down here, but no USB charging in the back seat, at least not on an LE. Just remember, this is the entry level, so some of the features like USB charging ports are going to be on the upscale versions. The back seats are very comfortable. There is a folding armrest right here, and there's 2 cup holders, but there's also bottle and cup holders down in the doors as well. Little pockets down there. Passenger assist grips up top. There's an overhead light for your backseat passengers. These back seats are kind of cool because they actually recline. So right now I've got both seats reclined all the way back. I'm going to jump out and show you how that works. So it's a manual recliner, but there's a handle up on the back of the seats right here. And if you tug that up, it actually will give you, so you can see it sits more straight up like that. But then if you want to lay it back, you can drop it back like that and it goes flush. So it does recline to some degree. The other thing I like about these seats is even with this front seat all the way back, there's still plenty of room to drop those seats down without having to take out the headrest. So I do like that about them. And these seats are a 60-40 fold down. So 40% right here, 60% over there. You can fold the whole thing down. and it does have child safety tethers for your child safety seats, so pretty safe for the kiddos to ride in the back seat. Let's go ahead and jump in the trunk and check that out. Okay, jumping into the trunk, it's got a really great opening back here, easy to get things in and out, nice low lift over height. Now this one does have the all-weather floor mats, so it's a really high quality rubber floor mats to protect the cargo area as well as the floor mats up front. There's your spare tire. That's going to be a temporary spare tire. There's room down below here if you need to put emergency equipment like jumper cables or what have you. Plenty of room for that type of stuff. And then these floor mats, this one comes out. These extra ones, they actually are designed so that you can cover the backs of these seats as well. I just don't have them installed properly right now, but you can see I've got the back seat folded down, and that gives you a ton of space. For sure, you could get a single air mattress in here if you decide you're going to use it for a weekend camping or overnight camping, that type of thing. There is a cargo light back here. There's some storage over on this side here. There are 4 of these chrome tie-down hooks right here. You can get a cargo cover. It's an accessory. It's not standard on the LE. It is standard on some of the upgraded versions. But you can see there is a lot of room back there. And then what I really like is up front here, there's still room down here if you need to, stow more stuff when you're out going camping. So there's lots of room, and those seats fold down relatively flat. So really a pretty versatile vehicle. If you're going to be a weekend camper, this could be the right one for you. So there you go. That's the brand new 2021 Toyota RAV4 LE edition. If you like the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, feel free to subscribe. This is Tony talking car biz. Thanks for watching.